USA Today investigation uncovers how the U.S. Olympic Committee and the national governing bodies under its umbrella allegedly failed to enforce bans on youth coaches accused or convicted of sexual misconduct. They found 6 coaches were still active in their sport despite being banned from coaching. That included one who served jail time for lewd and lascivious conduct with a child. The writers say the Olympic Committee vowed repeatedly to fix its child protection system, but the investigation found that gaping holes remain. In a statement, the USOC said, quote, "We have worked with each of our national governing bodies to ensure all information on sanctioned individuals is provided to the U.S. Center for SafeSport." It also said it expects a comprehensive database will be available early next year. Nancy Armour, the lead reporter on the USA Today sports investigation, joins us with the latest. This is an explosive investigation. It is stunning, Nancy. And the first question is, how is this even possible that these coaches were allowed to continue working?
Nobody's keeping track of them. They're banned, and then it's like, okay, we've done our job, and then it's forgotten about. The case that we led with, Gerald Murphy, people, high-ranking officials at both the U.S. Olympic Committee and USA Taekwondo knew about it, and he was banned in 2014. 4 days later, his wife filed paperwork to take over the gym. Nobody thought to follow up, and that happens far too often.
And they get away with it because they know nobody's keeping track. And I think as a parent, you think somebody has vetted all of these people. No, that's not the case.
Not necessarily. And most of these governing bodies, because the USOC has traditionally said it's not our job. SafeSport says we'll issue the sanctions, but then you have to enforce them. And most of these governing bodies, they don't have the resources, they don't have the staff, they don't have the knowledge to follow up and make sure that these people are staying out of sports after they've been banned.
More than 900 coaches were banned for a variety of reasons. It took you a month to find 6 who were banned for sexual misconduct. So do you believe there are many more out there?
Absolutely.
Why has the USOC or any of the individual sports not created a database to track these coaches?
That's a great question, because it's been something that's been suggested going back from 2010 was one of the first working groups that they looked at it, they talked about it, and for a variety of reasons said, okay, we're not going to do it, and it's still not done. You know, Congress brought this up in the hearings this spring, and they're saying we plan to have it done at the beginning of 2019, but you know, we'll believe it when we see it.
But this has been Rachel Denholder's argument that this extends beyond gymnastics to other sports. And
absolutely.
This is why Congress has to get involved, that there needs to be a legislative remedy forcing this type of database, accountability, almost like a sexual predator list, a database that we have.
Yes.
I want parents to understand how bad it is. You gave 2 very disturbing examples about the coaching. Can you let us know what exactly they had done?
Sure. Gerald Murphy, who's a Taekwondo coach in Tallahassee, Florida, had been convicted of lewd and lascivious conduct. He'd been found in bed with his kid's 14-year-old babysitter. He was a teacher. Florida pulled his teaching credentials, so he was not allowed to be in schools. But in 2014, somebody saw him coaching at a Taekwondo event. They knew about his felony conviction. They mentioned it to an official or a former official at USA Taekwondo. She mentioned it to the head people at USA Taekwondo and Suzanne Lyons, who will soon be the new chair of the U.S. Olympic Committee. He was banned, but he continued to coach.
And he's still advertising about that he's coaching, too.
Yes.
That's what's so fascinating to me, too.
Yes.
They know they're banned, and yet they're advertising, look, I'm still out here working.
Yes. Well, Randall Cates, the equestrian coach, he was posting things on Facebook. These were not, that's the thing, the 6 coaches that we found were very easy to find. They're hiding in plain sight, if you want to call it that, posting on Facebook, posting on Instagram, posting on Twitter. You can find these people. So what about the people who aren't that obvious?
Well, because they're clearly getting a signal that the USOC was not taking this as seriously as they should have, right? How important is the messaging coming from the USOC? Because previously they said this is not our job to prevent sexual assault and abuse.
Then whose job is it? That's the question, and that's been the problem with this system. You know, if you look at other sexual abuse cases that we've had, whether it's the Boy Scouts, the Catholic Church, somebody has had to take responsibility. Somebody has had to take leadership, and that's what needs to happen now. Because right now it's this hodgepodge of policies and lists, and if you're a parent, where do you go?
So your takeaway for parents who have kids who are involved in these sports is what today?
don't assume that somebody has checked these people. Don't assume that somebody's keeping track of them. You have to do your due diligence, and you've really got to be your kid's advocate, because there's
and what
no
do I do,
guarantee.
Nancy? I don't even know. What do I do?
You can check the SafeSport list. You can go to the governing body of the sports that your kids are involved in, though there's no guarantee that those sports have lists or that they're public. But call the governing bodies. Call the people who are running the sports your kids are involved in and say, hey, has this person been background checked? What do you know about this person? Be aware of the people who are working with your kids.
We just want to read a statement from USA Taekwondo that says this: we are currently involved in a legal process that prevents us from commenting further, except to say that USA Taekwondo believes that education for parents and athletes and everyone is safe and positive experience. So that's the statement from them. Let me ask you this, though. What do you think is the next step to fixing this? Journalism is doing a great job by exposing this problem. What's the next step?
There has to be a universal ban list. There has to be one place that everybody can go and say, okay, is this person banned? And then there's got to be enforcement. There has to be somebody who is following up to make sure that once somebody is banned, they are not coaching.
All right, Nancy Armour. Thank you.
Thank you, Nancy.
Thank you.